Hey guys, today's video is about the little known brand Pioneer. Yes, well, this Pioneer head unit in particular is one of the most popular sold on the market currently because it has Android Auto, Apple CarPlay and DAB as standard. So now I'm going to check it out. So Pioneer definitely does not need any introduction. They are very much a big boy of the in-car entertainment industry. Their products range from something like £150 for something very, very basic, which just has a radio and a CD player, all the way up to thousands where you can get something which has a crazy good amplifier and lots of different features. This one's around £330 and it has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay wired and a DAB radio as well. So it's going to be pretty cool. Not too expensive, but also has the features that we would look for as well. Now obviously I don't get paid to endorse any company or product, and Pioneer are not paying me to review this head unit on my channel, so my review is going to be very much based on how I find installing it and using it basically. Right, let's get it out of the box. And here it is, and you can see straight away how they've shipped it. It actually has the cage already installed on this head unit, so it actually comes with the cage, meaning you wouldn't actually need to buy one if you didn't have one. And the other thing to note is, look how far it is in the cage. This is the moan that I normally have with Chinese head units, because with Chinese head units, the face normally comes out about an inch from the cage, which means it sticks out on the dashboard, which means it needs some sort of custom installation just to make it sit flush with the dashboard. This Pioneer is perfect. It literally only comes out maybe less than a centimetre, and that means it's going to sit flush on the dashboard. Well, we'll find out soon enough when I put it into the fitting kit. I might be wrong. On the front, there's not much to see. It's just got the brand name, and I know that there's capacitive touch buttons here, but there isn't actually any printed buttons on here, so they are obviously just going to light up. So it does look quite clean on the front of it as well, so that's quite nice. And on the back we simply have the main loom input here, a single USB port, a microphone input, the bunch of connectors which we'll go into in a bit, a DAB antenna and an FM antenna. Standard 2-DIN form factor as well, so that's really, really nice. Also in the box you get a bezel, some radio removal tools, an ISO connection, a loom which has 6 RCA pre-outs. You've got front left, front right, rear left, rear right, and 2 subwoofer outs, 2 separate subwoofer outs, which is cool, and a rear monitor out, so a video monitor out for the rear seats if that's what you want. A loom which has a steering wheel control input and a reverse camera input as well. We have an auxiliary input via 3.5mm jack, a USB extension cable, an external microphone, and of course the manuals. Right, let's see how easy it is to put this in the Saab 9.3 kit. So this is the other fitting kit which comes with its own cage. So let's pop this in and see what happens. And if you have a look at this fitting kit, you can see that it is actually completely flush. I'll have to lift up one of these flaps and put some screws in the sides, which is fine because they actually do line up with the holes. So that's going to just pop straight in the Saab with literally no modification whatsoever. Ignore this little cut that I've made. This was for a different head unit's knob that I had to make a little cut with. Here we go, one screw in here, one screw in here, and that's all it really needs. That's going to hold it in place. So let's go and put it in the car. And here it is installed in the Saab 9.3, and it was a gloriously easy installation. I literally didn't actually need to do any custom work whatsoever, and the steering wheel controls work without me having to program them in. Everything just works plug and play. It's really, really good. And it looks all right on the dashboard as well. Nothing flashy. Again, ignore this little notch in my plastic. That was for installing one of the previous Android head units which had a knob there. Anyway, let's see how long it takes to boot up. Ignition is on. It says Pioneer on the screen. The safety warning. and it's connected straight to Apple CarPlay because I have my phone plugged in, but I'm actually going to unplug that for the time being because we want to have a look at the actual dashboard itself. So straight away on the left hand side you can now see 5 capacitive touch buttons in green colour. I chose green because it matched this colour of this car, but you can choose whatever interior lighting colour that you want for this as well, which I'll show you in a bit. Then you have some icons starting with DAB. DAB did not come with an antenna. This unit did not come with an antenna for DAB, which is very annoying indeed. And I don't have one that actually has the connector for this, so I cannot demonstrate that for you, but it does have built-in DAB, so that's fine. The next one here is radio, and if we just tap that, you can see this is what it looks like. You have the frequencies you can scan using these buttons here. You can save them into the bottom here, and it does actually have RDS, so you can see the name of the radio station that you're listening to, which is always a nice thing. What you've got grayed out at the moment, which you probably can't see, is Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, USB. So if you just plug in a USB pen drive with some MP3 files on it, this will actually play them. There's iPod. Bluetooth audio is to stream music directly from your phone, so you can connect any phone. You don't need to use Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, and you can just stream your music using this. Phone obviously is to make and receive phone calls, and this head unit did come with an external microphone as well, so you'll get good sound quality from it. And if we scroll to the next page, we have auxiliary, which is for the 3.5mm aux in on the back of this unit, and then camera view because it has that one camera input. You can opt to have front or rear camera. I do actually have it connected to a reverse camera at the moment, but unfortunately it is not compatible with the HD reverse camera that I currently have installed in this car, so it is just saying no video signal. But it will work with a low-res reverse camera, so that's fine. So it does have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, but you do need to connect your phone using a USB cable, not wirelessly. So what we can do is we can plug in our phone, and there we go. So CarPlay has come up, and you've got full Apple CarPlay. So we've got Google Maps here. I can access my Spotify playlists from here, and I can control the volume, and I can control the tracks from the steering wheel straight away. I haven't done any setup whatsoever. I just plug this phone in, it just works. So, and I've also got all of the apps that I would have that is compatible with Apple CarPlay as well. So it's a really easy Apple CarPlay, and it looks absolutely great in the car. Right, let's try Android Auto. So I'll plug my Android phone in now. There we go. And there we go, straight to Android Auto. And you can see I've got my map up here, I've got my music down here, so I've got access to my Spotify playlist, for which I can control using the steering wheel controls as I'd like to. And I have access to all of the other apps that I should have within Android Auto as well. And then of course, if I want to leave Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, you will find that there is a Pioneer app in the apps list, and if you tap that, it goes back to the head unit dashboard. Or of course, if you want, you can just hit the dashboard button, which is this one up here. So from a car integration perspective, it was awesomely easy to install. It just went in, and the steering controls work with the canbus decoder that I have. I didn't actually need to do any setup whatsoever. The only setup that it does have from a car integration perspective is to change the colors of the buttons on the left hand side, and it's very easy. You hit this settings button, you go to display settings and then illumination, and then you can choose the color of those buttons. Nice and easy. Right, let's talk about the sound settings. So we go into the menu and we go into audio and EQ settings. First option is fader and balance, so it's very easy, balance and fade control. 2 is the cutoff, it's the crossover settings. You can actually choose the frequencies for separately the front and rear speakers and the subwoofer as well, which is really cool. It's what you would expect from a Pioneer unit. Under speaker level, you can control the volumes of the individual speakers, so you can set it up exactly as you want it. And then you have other stuff like loudness and bass boost. But obviously the most interesting thing is going to be the equalizer. And you have a 13-band graphic equalizer for you to play with. Now, it does obviously sound amazing. It's a Pioneer, how could it not? You get to adjust this however you want to do it, and it does have various other presets, but you can modify this to your heart's content to get the exact kind of sound that you want to have. So yeah, I mean, sound is obviously going to be exceptional when you buy a Pioneer head unit. So all in all, yeah, it's a fantastic unit. It's £330 at the moment on Amazon, and I think £360 in Halfords if you just want to walk in and buy it there. If you just want a basic head unit upgrade, this is quite a cool device to have. Hope this video was useful for you. If I didn't answer any particular questions that you might have, please use the comment section below to ask, and I'll see if I can get back to you. Do subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of content. I will be doing a couple of other big brand head unit reviews, including Sony and Kenwood, upcoming. And of course I've got a lot of Android based head units to review as well. And you'll also occasionally find me playing with other gadgets for cars, such as dash cameras. See you next time.